This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Tuesday, November the 10th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news of St. Michael East MP Trevor Prescott saying, count him out of any conspiracy to oust opposition leader Mia Mottley from the leadership of the Barbados Labour Party. Prescott issued this stern warning yesterday to those persons said to be planning a palace coup against the St. Michael North East MP. Speaking to Barbados Today, the outspoken opposition parliamentarian said while he could not vouch for the veracity of statements linking some BLP MPs with plans to replace Mottley, he wanted to make it clear he would not join any such rebellion. The BLP has been rocked by a bitter internal tussle surrounding the stewardship of Christchurch West MP Dr. Maria Eargard, who has been at odds with both the branch and party executives. The situation has turned ugly, leading former BLP General Secretary George Griffith to warn last week that the situation was becoming increasingly embarrassing and was a sad reflection on the party, which had an outstanding tradition of settling all issues big and small in a very dignified manner. BLP MP George Payne has also warned Mottley that her actions could not only affect Eargard's standing as a member of Parliament, but also jeopardize the BLP's success in the next polls and plunge the party into a constitutional crisis. But political scientist Peter Wickham says the current impasse between Eargard and the party is unlikely to impact Mottley's leadership of the party, nor is it likely to affect the party's chances at the next general election. The rift has raised questions as to whether Mottley's leadership is under threat, but Wickham told Barbados Today the current disagreements with the BLP is no different from what obtained in the ruling Democratic Labour Party shortly before they were voted into office.
I think, quite frankly, if any of the Barbados Labour Party members felt inclined to split ranks at this stage, I believe that they would be signing their own political death warrant. And I cannot, for the life of me, understand the wisdom for any member of the Barbados Labour Party to want to follow any motley crew, for want of a better word, in pursuit of an alternative to the current order that they have. The Barbados Labour Party right now is being led by a person who the majority of Barbadians want to be led by. If a member of Parliament decided that their interest was better off behind an alternative person who does not have the support of the electorate, then I would say that they would have to go in there.
In other news now, struggling from a lack of funding and a shortage of staff, the island's Child Protection Agency is getting outside help to restructure its operations. Chairman of the state-run Child Care Board, Ken Knight, has disclosed that a UNICEF expert will take up duties on or before January 1st next year to help overhaul the agency.
We are hoping that by January 1st, this person will be on board with us as we go forward in terms of looking at, I don't like to use the word restructuring, but enhancing the operations of the Child Care Board to fit the current needs. We're hoping out of that that we will have a set of recommendations. In addition, that this person would also be there to assist in implementing a number of the recommendations that were originally identified, and I'm certain new recommendations would emerge as a result of their attachment to the board for the 6 months duration period.
Knight said a special committee of the Board of Directors has also been set up to look at the internal processes and protocols which are currently being used by the Child Care Board. and he revealed that the absence of a proper computerized system to manage suspected cases of abuse was one of the shortcomings already identified.
That we must use the technology. You know, we got to use the technology, and that is what we are currently leaning towards. That any child protection operating systems going forward has to be driven by a system that makes sense, and that system has to be driven by technology, as of course, along with your human resources as well. You know, so that's what we're moving towards. And I think if we have the proper computerized systems in place, I think this will go a long ways in helping us to resolve some of our overload problems as relates to an overload in case management.
The Queen Elizabeth Hospital administration has turned to the church for help in fighting diseases caused by lifestyles. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Dexter James threw out the appeal Sunday while addressing the 51st anniversary service of the hospital at the Mount Olive Holy Church of America on Grosvenor Road, Carrington Village. Dr. James is of the view that lifestyle habits are issues of morality and therefore an area of the church's authority.
What better place to start the whole question of transforming this behavior modification than the church? Many churches today have wellness ministry. They have a support structure around them. We can provide our support to the church from the medicine side and from the diagnostic side. So why can't we have the church and its wellness ministries working with the Ministry of Health and ourselves in trying to affect this behavior modification, which essentially is a moral one?
In sports, a World Anti-Doping Agency Commission report has recommended that Russia should be banned from athletics competition. WADA's independent commission examined allegations of doping, cover-ups, and extortion in Russia's athletics, which also implicated the IAAF, the sports world's governing body.
We have found cover-ups, we found destruction of samples in the laboratories, we found payments of money in order to conceal doping tests.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news of the big story on the regional scene. The criminal charges against the Deputy Superintendent of Police in Jamaica, Jason Anderson, have been dropped. This happened after the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions intervened once it had reviewed files associated with his case. Anderson, a Deputy Director of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, was charged in October by the Independent Commission of Investigations, or INDICOM, for discharging a firearm within 40 yards of a public road and assault at common law. Reports are that on December the 18th, 2013, Anderson allegedly discharged his firearm unlawfully and pointed it at a complainant before searching him and another civilian. However, the Director of Public Prosecutions intervened in the matter, which was before a magistrate's court, and offered no evidence on all charges against Deputy Superintendent Anderson. And finally, this story. The head of Indonesia's anti-drugs agency has proposed building a prison island guarded by, get this, crocodiles to house death row drug convicts. Budi Wasiso said crocodiles often made better guards than humans because they can't be bribed. He said he would visit different parts of the Indonesian archipelago in order to find the fiercest reptiles. Indonesia has some of the toughest drug laws in the world, and ended a 4-year moratorium on executions in 2013. Something for our law enforcement authorities here to think about. And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to channel 101 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and the sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.